Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we want to talk about a really strange strategy, which I kind of already uploaded at the beginning of Tower 13, but now we have a small twist to it, and that's mass healers. We're talking about mass healers, but we're bringing the Super Wizard Blimp in that as well, because the biggest problem of this strategy before with like the mass healers was always the eagle. The eagle is depending on the troop space which you place, and depending on that, the eagle is activating. So, for example, this strategy, the mass healers, is you place the queen and you place your warden pretty early on with healers, which is a ton of troop space, which means the eagle is activating in like a couple of seconds. And this eagle is pretty random. Like sometimes the eagle is shooting your healers, sometimes it's shooting your heroes, which would be not that bad, but you can already see it's pretty risky to use. With the Super Wizard Blimp, you can always go for the eagle, and that's what we're doing. So let me show that to you guys and explain why exactly I did what I did and how you guys can use this strategy as well. So first off, we're always going for the eagle. Then we're taking a look around the eagle and take a look, can we get any extra value? That's the first thing which we should look out for. On this one, the next most important thing to get is the Town Hall. So what I'm doing over here, I'm sending in my Super Wizard Blimp, my Blizzard Blimp, whatever, in on top of the scatter. And what this does, it should give me access to the enemy eagle and to the Town Hall. That's kind of the key. One thing as well which you can do is if there's not too much damage on your queen from the get-go, you can start pretty early on with the queen and the healers. That's always giving you a nice time boost, let's put it like this, because obviously one of the biggest weaknesses of this strategy is time, because I mean you only have your heroes basically as damage troop. On this one, the value of the Super Blimp was insane, so not much we can do wrong over here, I think. But now the warden in as well, that's something which I'm still learning to do, and that's why this is like kind of like a guide where I'm explaining what I'm doing. The warden should have been down way earlier. But now let's talk about where do you place the warden? Well, the warden is getting placed where he can get a lot of value without taking too much damage. So like 1 or 2 cannons at the same time, or like an archer tower or something like that, or maybe even 1 expo is fine. But that's it. If there's enemy heroes, you will have huge problems. So you have to look out for something where there's not too much damage for this warden. So the warden can just constant DPS. Like the warden is dealing the damage is pretty high, to be honest. But the warden needs time. And that's something which is really nice with the warden if there's not too much damage. So this is kind of the point or the location which you're looking out for your warden. And well, at this point, I'm kind of sending everything in. I need to send in the Royal Champion for the core because my queen did not take the wall break, which is totally fine, to be honest. And well, the king died at some point, but he took out the enemy queen. Like I said, enemy heroes are pretty annoying because most of the time when your Royal Champion or your queen is facing one of the enemy heroes, you need either a rage or a freeze. And with bringing the Super Wizard Blimp, you are kind of low on spells. So this is pretty important that you're bringing this king to take out enemy heroes. And this is already basically the entire story of this army, and every single puzzle piece is kind of put together. So like I said, the warden is for preventing time fells and like constant DPS on one corner of the base. The queen is basically your force where you're charging the entire base after the Super Blimp was hopefully successful. And then the Royal Champion is kind of like supporting the queen wherever he can. If there's a single front tower which you can't reach, an air defense or things like that. The king on the other side is just to like help the queen wherever he can. Like if it's taking out enemy heroes or sniping them, or like if it's funneling the queen or things like that. That's basically the purpose of the king. So let's run it down one more time. So on this one, once again, we have another ring base, or like this is like a ring base. Let's put it like this. And ring bases are normally pretty easy to wreck with this strategy. So the first thing what I'm doing, I'm sending in this blimp one more time to get the Town Hall down and the eagle. Like I said, the eagle is the main focus. The eagle is always the main thing, but if the eagle and the Town Hall are close to each other, you take those. Like you wouldn't be mad about the Town Hall and the eagle at the same spot. Like that's totally fine. Now I'm using the invisibility spell that we're getting the scatter out of the way. Sadly, the Inferno Towers keep staying. One more time, if you're really good with this strategy, and like this strategy is pretty crazy. Like, first off, when a viewer suggested this army, I was like, oh my god, you're trolling. Like, this makes no sense. Then we tried it, and we wrecked bases left and right. It was pretty crazy. And the reason why I stick with this army is because I think it has a pretty good potential, which means you need to know the timing. So, for example, I could have started with my Queen already way, like, ages ago, during the start of my blimp, for example. So this is, like I said, things which you have to master over the time with this strategy and being able to kind of know the limits of your heroes. But one more time, we have the Queen walking from the bottom side to the right side and then breaking her in. On the other side, we have the Warden at the bottom side because there are no heroes. There's always like maybe 1 or 2 point defenses on the Warden, but that's it. There's not more damage on him. And he can deal a lot of damage to all of those buildings, so that's perfect for us. Now, since we did not take down the single front tower, as I said, we have the supportive troops, or supportive heroes, which is the Royal Champion and the King. And those two are getting used to support the Queen to make sure that she's staying alive, which we're doing right now with bringing the Royal Champion. One thing which I didn't really thought about is obviously the healers. We still have healers left. At this point, I'm kind of debating if I should use the healers for my Royal Champ or if I should use it for the enemy, or like for my own King. Not really sure what I should do at this point, and this is why I'm not using them at all, kinda. The Warden at the same time is running low, but I mean, it's the Warden. He has like a second health at this point, right? With the Warden ability. So that's no problem. The Warden is getting healed up again. So that's totally fine. There was like a skeleton trap or something, which is causing sometimes problems for the Warden, but that's totally fine. Now the Queen, everything, sending in just the healers because the Royal Champion already died at this, or like is dying right now. And this is totally fine. But now one more time. It's all about time and time management. And this is why we're bringing baby dragons. Baby dragons are really quick. And normally they're not getting targeted by too many defenses. So for example, normally we're always seeing ground expos, which means baby dragons are doing fine. So no problem with that. Cannons, for example, as well. You don't care about them. So really nice troop to snipe buildings and whatever. So that's really nice. Now we can see we're wall breaking and everything. So we're dealing some more damage. And this should be close, but should be alright. And yes, there we go. 2 seconds left on the clock, but this is another 3-star. So I told you guys, it's pretty good. Like, this strategy is not too bad. As soon as you get the eagle down, it's alright. Ring bases are perfect for this. So one more time, let's collect everything, every single piece of information which we had and try to bring it together. So first off, the Super Wizard Blimp. If you're knowing what you're doing and you have some experience with this strategy, start your Queen at the same time. I, for example, do not have the experience just yet, so that's why we're bringing just first the Super Wizard Blimp and then starting with the Queen. Most of the time it's fine time-wise. Sometimes you struggle with that. It's depending on like your attack style, I guess. So now the invisibility spell, the rage, everything. So we want to get the Town Hall and we want to get the Eagle. The Eagle is the more important thing, but let's just try to get as much as possible. Now keep having my wizards invisible, and we're even getting the enemy scatter out of the way as well. So that's huge value, obviously. Now the Queen, she should take care of the bottom side and then should walk to the left. And well, the enemy witch is coming up, but that's no problem. Now the next thing which I'm kind of looking for is where's a spot where I can place my Warden without him taking too much damage. The great thing about this is the enemy Queen, it's already low. So the enemy Queen is not counting as a hero at this part anymore. She's just like one auto attack of the Warden, and that's it. Just slapping her, and that's kind of it. So the Warden is doing the cleanup on the right side, and can like for 2 minutes the Warden can hit buildings now, and that's a lot of damage and a lot of hit points, which are now like missing on the overall hit point list, basically. The next thing what we're doing is kind of wall breaking the Queen in. Once again, having the supportive hero, which is the King. Since I'm wall breaking in kind of not really nicely, I have to send in everything else as well, because otherwise the healers are going to kill all of my otherwise the air defense is going to kill all of my healers. So we have all of our 3 heroes together, which is the Queen, which is the main force, and she has the 2 support heroes around her, and this is looking really good. The Warden on the other side is still dealing damage. Like, the Warden is still being useful for like already 40 seconds. He already took out a couple of storages and everything over there, so that's great. Royal Chain ability. Now, since we have so many super wall breakers, we can wall break the queen even deeper inside. So that's perfect. So wall breaking her in twice so she can reach the Tesla. And one more time, we have a ton of baby dragons. So let's just use them. I used the rage for the warden, so the warden dealing even more damage. And that's the crazy thing about the warden. The warden is pretty nice, especially if you only add like 3 to 4 healers on him. That's already enough most of the time. So that's really great. We still have the queen ability, we still have the warden ability, and this, guys, is another triple because we have 40 seconds left. Easy peasy, and here we go. So I hope I was able to explain a little bit about why exactly I attacked like I did, how to use this strategy, because it's pretty fun, trust me. Like, try it, maybe in friendly challenges first, but it's a lot of fun to use the strategy. I hope you guys liked this video, and well, I hopefully see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see you guys, and bye bye.